Alright man, hello everybody and welcome to today's video where we are going to be checking out Sworn, a soon to be released co-op action roguelike based on Arthurian legend. Before we get into that, this is a sponsored video, so thank you so much to the publishers over at Team 17 and the developers Windwalk Games for paying me to play Sworn today. Now, Team 17 and Windwalk Games were actually nice enough to accommodate me today with a preview build to allow me more time to make this video because I'm so busy with school. So you'll get to see a sneak peek of what's to come with a full early access release that is currently set for Q1 of 2025. However, you can also play Sworn for yourself right now via the demo using my personal tracking link in the description down below. And although the demo is still very worth checking out, please don't forget that it is reduced in scope from what you're going to see me play today. So once again, thank you very much to Team 17 and Windwalk Games, and please check out the Sworn demo that is live right now using my personal link in the description down below. I hope you enjoy the video, and let's get into the run. Alright, just before we start the run, I want to show off what we're going to be using today. We've got the Vigilante character, the Chakram's weapon, as well as the Shadow Strike spell. We have a light attack, heavy attack, a lock-on option, and then our spell. So our light attack, you're going to throw out a Chakram. It's going to pierce the enemy, deal damage, return to you like a boomerang. It can deal damage if it hits an enemy on the return, and then when you catch it, it's going to deal serrated return damage. Whenever we catch a Chakram, it's going to deal damage in an AoE around us as well. Then for our heavy attack, we spin around in a circle, dealing AoE damage to everything around us. The only thing to note is we have 2 Chakrams to throw and catch. However, you cannot heavy attack until you have at least 1 Chakram back in your hand. Then there is the lock-on feature, which I think is really nice for controller players who might struggle to target specific enemies in certain situations. However, I don't find much of trouble with that on mouse and keyboard, so I don't use it too much. And then we have our spell. Press our mouse button and we're going to teleport behind an enemy and stab them in the back. That is the Shadow Strike. We have 100 HP to start, 2 Death Defiances, as you can see by the small pictures of my character down in the bottom left next to the big picture, and then 1 Spell Charge. We also have our normal walk, as well as 3 dashes. There is also dash strikes on different weapons, but the Chakrams do not have a dash strike with their very unique attack. In the bottom right, what you're looking at is just resources for different things to unlock within the game. I've already shown you the character's weapon and spell selection. Merlin here has many different skill trees that can affect your runs. Nimue has weapon upgrades that can give you things like damage and attack speed, and for the Chakram specifically, it gives us our serrated return, which is quite a cool upgrade. Guinevere has quests that you can do to get more resources, which is quite fun. And then the Fisher King has the Codex, which is quite cool. So it just shows you the different blessings from each of the Fey lords that we could potentially receive. Besides that, here we have all the extra difficulties. We'll be showing off just the regular difficulty today, and that's about it. Let's get into our run. Press E to continue, let's go. So we start off the first room, usually just getting a Fey blessing. There it is, and we get to start with our first Fey Lord. So we have Bob the Dark Omen, or Gog Magog the Last Giant. I think I'll go with the Dark Omen here. So we can either have our light attack backstabbing, our heavy attack backstabbing, or our spell can backstab. I'm going to go with the spell here. With our spell specifically, it's a teleport and a backstab inherently, so the backstab damage will always apply. It's quite a great synergy. One thing to note is both of these door rewards are just a resource. So where we're playing a preview build, it doesn't really matter which one we click here today. However, the Grail Water on pickup does give us 10 extra HP if we're missing any. So it's definitely nice to go for when we can. And this backstab spell is already getting a ton of value, which I love so much. But yeah, you cannot chakram spin until you have at least one chakram in the hand. A lot of the time I throw two, dash towards them, catch, and go for a spin. You can also just throw one and spin. There is a little bit of a delay until you can do another heavy, which makes sense because otherwise you would just be spinning the entire time. And then those two door rewards, of course, are a max HP upgrade or a Fey Blessing. I'd much rather go for the Fey Blessing. Pretty confident in having 100 HP. I'd rather just get the potential damage from this. Ooh hoo hoo, Oberon, the King of Fey. Don't mind if I do, and we get the epic attack. That is huge. So Oberon is quite cool. Sort of a wind elemental lord. And he's going to give us Tempest Touch. Your light attack is going to give you Fury on hit. What does Fury do? Successive hits increase the damage of your Fury attacks. We're getting 10% bonus damage on our light attack for every stack of Fury we can have. We can have up to right now 10 stacks, so that's 100% bonus damage when fully stacked up. This is a secret shop, just a small upgrade that'll last a certain amount of chambers if we want to spend the gold on it, which I currently don't. And then once again, 2 resources. We're always going to be hitting the Grail Waters. Just in case we get hurt, we can then restore extra HP. We also are getting 3 HP per room just by entering a room, as per one of the upgrades from our skill trees. Another upgrade we have is killing an enemy will sometimes reward us with a Fiery Ember, which is just a resource we use to upgrade when we're back at base. So that's what you're seeing pop on the screen there. Bloody Tree. You notice blood dripping from a strange tree. As you approach it, a twisted-looking Fey emerges and extends its hand to you. Are you lost, my dear? I can grant you power. Abhartak could always use more children. So if we accept this, we're going to recover 1 HP on every single kill, but we lose 50% of our max HP. That seems pretty steep. I don't think I'm going to go for it. We're going to decline and set out. Here we have a max HP reward, or we can get a Sword in the Stone, which is much like a Daedalus Hammer, giving us a very transformative upgrade for our chakrams. So that's a pretty exciting reward to pick up early. A backstab spell, an epic Oberon attack. Ideally, if we're going to play Oberon's light attack with the chakrams, we're also going to want the heavy attack, because then we'll always be at max bonus damage, max Fury stacks between the two. Plus it has some really cool upgrades you can pick up on top of that in some tier 2 blessings that can give you secondary effects on our Fury, which is a lot of fun. So we have 3 options. Your chakrams are 50% larger and are going to deal 30% more damage. Your spell marks foes, causing them to take extra damage, and you're going to restore health on them. Or we move 50% faster and spin an extra time while using your heavy attack. I think we'll go with Razor Dance here. 1 extra spin on the heavy is very good, and then the extra movement speed on it just allows us to make sure we're hitting enemies with it and kind of avoid attacks throughout the run. Another secret shop. Like I said, I'm usually not clicking these, especially early in the run, just going for Fey Lord blessings from shops. So both doors give us a Fey blessing here. However, if we take the door on the right, we're going to get an upgraded reward, which is quite cool. So we'll do that. It has an upgraded foe, which is just a stronger version of the normal enemies you are seeing right now, which is that man right there. And although we don't have anything on our heavy, it's still definitely worth the throw out. It deals damage in a big AoE around us. And that's quite a lot of damage on it. I mean, 75 with no sort of blessing on top of it. Hopefully we get Oberon here. No Oberon, more Bobbed or Lou. So Lou, the Hand of Fate, is actually crit chance and extra % bonus damage, which is quite cool. Although we're already doing an Oberon run for our attack, and special seems to be the plan. I don't know if we're really going to be able to fit this in. We already have Bobbed, we can get more Bobbed, and Bobbed has some really cool upgrades, so I think I'm going to go with that. We'll have to do a Lou run in the future. So here we have your dash leaves behind a shade, which is a living shadow that strikes at the nearest enemy and can backstab. Or our backstab can hit enemies from the side as well. We don't really need that because our only backstab right now is like a perfect backstab spell that never really misses. Or we can increase our movement speed by another 17%. Dash just dealing damage. I'm looking for a bit of a different status effect on our dash there. There's quite a few interesting ones we could play. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the movement speed. 17% is quite a bit. And we get to see our first legendary beast or mini boss. Each region, each biome, each location has 1 legendary beast and 1 knight of the round table. So this is our first showing of that, which is very cool. The Treant Scourge. For a first mini-boss, it actually has some pretty crazy patterns. We kind of want to play, even with our light attack, yes, you can use it at range, but more often than not, you're going to want to be next to an enemy so you can throw your chakram through them, pierce them, have it come back, hit them again, and then catch it and have them hit them with the serrated return damage. So although this is a long range and short range weapon, a lot of the time I'm going to be using it more short range and only really using it to poke enemies at a long range when it's unsafe to be near them is the plan. There is also little pots here, as you can see, with plenty of resources. A cool thing too about the movement speed upgrades is that it does affect your chakram spin. So that 17%, you can actually see my heavy attack going even faster now. With the sword in the stone and then the bobbed blessing upgrade, which is quite cool. We do have enough to buy a blessing at the shop, so we'll take that. It was a gold reward with a major foe or a shop reward. They only cost 112 because we do have a shop discount on right now, and we can either play Biera, the Frozen Witch, or Lu, the Hand of Fate. Once again, if you're gonna play Lu, I really like to use him on my attack, my primary or my secondary attack, but we're going to go for an Oberon run today. So I'm going to take Biera, the Frozen Witch, another really great support lord here. So our dash can leave behind a Frost Nova, or our companion is an Arctic Hare. So the Arctic Hare is a magic touch rabbit that shoots Frost Novas at enemies, which will chill them, I believe. Frost Novas are going to damage and chill enemies in an area, which is quite cool. On top of our spell, dash, light attack, and heavy attack, that 5th slot is a companion slot, which is quite cool. And we got the magic hare that shoots a Frost Nova. As you can see that effect, it's going to shoot it out, drop it down, deal damage, and chill an enemy, which will slow them. And there is upgrades to actually freeze them or deal damage over time based on chill. So it's quite a cool little secondary support engine we can run today. So that's a great little pickup. There's quite a few lords that are very strong primary lords and quite a few lords that are really good support lords. This is just an extra combat. You peer into the orb and see 30 fiery embers. It seems like you could almost reach out and grab it. Let's reach in. Do we need to do this? No, not right now. But it's quite fun just to do an optional combat. And the faster you clear it, the more you get. We'll finish it off there. Get our fiery embers. 2 Fey blessings once again. We'll take the upgraded one against the major foe. Don't mind if I do. The backstab spell is huge. The Arctic Hare Companion, I think, is actually quite strong in my opinion, from the ones I've tried out. The movement speed with our heavy is fantastic. And then the Oberon attack is great. I really just need that Oberon heavy now. Please give it to me here. Oh ho ho, Oberon, the King of Fey. Well, not exactly what we were looking for, but still quite cool. So our Fury stacks can last longer before wearing off. It's actually really nice, and at Epic it's at 80% duration. I would love that. Oberon Dash is just a little bit of extra damage, giving us a Whirlwind. Fast Novas are Frost Novas that are going to detonate instantly. So if you notice the Frost Novas, they kind of pop over an enemy's head and then take time to slam down so they can miss. But with that Duo Boon, they're going to pop right away, dealing damage much faster, much more often, which is quite cool. And it's our first Duo Boon very early in the run, so why not take it? I have left my dash slot open for something like a Frost Dash as well, which we saw earlier. I just decided to take the companion first. So we get another shop right after the gold room. I'm just going to check if there's anything down here. There is just an optional combat for resources. I showed it off already, so unless it can actually give us HP or gold, I'm probably not going to be doing them. Although they're fun. So we have Gogamog, or more Biera, the Frozen Witch. Gogmagog, the Last Giant, has a stagger effect. So anytime you hit an enemy, you're going to stack up stagger on that enemy. And then over time, if you stack up enough stagger, you're going to stun them. So they won't move or attack. And you can just get really free damage on them, which is quite cool. We already have Biera, and we just got that Duo Boon. So I was hoping for the dash here to get another Frost Nova. However, these are pretty great upgrades, and this is why I chose Biera as a support lord here. You can gain 1 additional charge on your spell, so double backstabs, or our Frost Novas burst 3 different times. This is amazing if we can find the dash as well, Because right now we just have the hair. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. And then if I get the dash, that'd be 6 Frost Novas instantly detonating each time. I'm trying to do an Oberon run, but it's looking like I'm going into a Frost Nova run, which is super cool. My run has been hijacked in the best of ways. And we are fighting our first knight of the round table, Gawain, the Butcher of World. Which is super cool. This is exactly what I mean about the chakrams, giving you some really great options for both long range and short range attacking, no matter what you're doing. There is some cool upgrades on the chakrams for the light attack as well, in terms of sword in the stone. However, we did get the heavy movement speed and extra spin, which is still quite great because we do use our heavy quite a bit. It just so happens during this biome, all we found was the epic light attack. Thank you for the emerald. See you later, Gawain. Let's get into the next region. We do get a fountain after each knight of the round table to heal us. And then we're just straight into the next region. This room's going to reward a Fey Blessing. Don't mind if I do. The second region is really scary. There's a ton of poison everywhere, and then there's these like pools here that will slow you down and like kind of take away your dash while you're stuck in them. And then enemies just also seem to kind of like plague spread everything. It's very fun, very thematic. More Oberon, please. I'm really looking for that heavy attack. Yes. It's only common, which is unfortunate, but it's still great. It's another way to stack Fury, and it's 7% damage per stack, so that's 70% on our heavy attack. I'll take it. You also see Storm Meditation here, which is something I'm going to be looking for later. When you have max stacks of Fury, your attacks that grant you Fury are also going to create Chain Lightning. It's so much fun to play with, and having both of our attacks Fury based is huge, because you'll basically be constantly guaranteed Chain Lightning everywhere, bouncing it around to every enemy within the vicinity, which is quite fun. Give me the backstab. So now we are double Furies. So our stacks are going to go crazy as long as we're in combat. They do dissipate quite quick, especially in a room with just a few enemies. But they are quite strong in boss combats or against stronger enemies. You know, the stronger the enemy, the better the Fury, essentially. We could go for gold here. This is a blessing level up, so we could put it on like our attack or our heavy, which would be quite nice. However, I'm just looking for more blessing effects, and I don't have enough gold for a shop just yet, so I'd rather hit a gold room to make sure if we do see a shop, we can go in there and buy a blessing. Oh. Yeah, these rooms are quite spread out. A ton of traps everywhere. And the enemies like to hide around them, so it's very scary. Just one door floor. It's a resource again. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Oh, he just lived as well. Yeah, and these ranged enemies especially like to just run away from you. Hide over the slow pools, get around the poison. We're at our legendary beast for this region. Not bad. Not bad. Hello. The Mauler Rats, I believe they're called. Yep, Mauler Rats. 2 bosses this time. Chakrams are quite good here because they can kind of hit both enemies like the entire time, stay out of range of their very scary attacks. And we're getting all that bonus damage. 100% bonus damage on our light attack. And 70% bonus damage on our heavy attack. Plus our heavy spins an additional time and we move much faster during it, so we're very evasive. The rats do spawn enemies, which you can see on the screen. However, they're going to keep spawning them if you kill them, so I don't see much point in it. There's 1 rat down, 1 left to go. I'm gonna just stay out of range with the chakrams. Perfect. Give me the moonstone. Let's get out of here. A Fey Blessing, or an upgraded Fey Blessing. Don't mind if I do. Thank you very much. Robbie's taking the upgraded one. I'm pushing for as much damage as possible. The coolest build we can get. I still want my Frost Dash, and I still want as much kind of Oberon Fury effects as I can get. That's the goal today. I believe we only have 3 Lords so far. We can still get more as well. We do only have the 3, don't we? Yes, we have Bobbed, we have Biera, and we have Oberon. Hello. Oh, here it is. Please Frost Dash. Yes, your dash is going to leave behind an instantaneous Frost Nova that's going to explode 3 times. This is also spell bonus damage, and any attack that inflicts chill also builds up frostbite. At max frostbite, enemies will become frozen. That's really cool too. I would love to pick that up a bit later. And then we got a shop, which we do have enough for a few blessings. So let's hit that right away and see what we can get. Ooh, okay. You know what? We kind of have the core we wanted. The 2 Oberons, the 2 Bieras, the Duo, and the extra Frost Novas, as well as our spell backstab. So I'm down to pick both of these up. So we can take less damage from enemies. Our blessing rewards have 1 less option, but have increased rarity. I'm actually down to do that. I think that's quite fun. So let's hit it. So now we only get 2, but a lot of the time we're going to see more rarity. So enemies are going to drop gold when killed, or rewards are going to be worth more. We gain 30% bonus gold. We'll take the collector. Like I said, Liu is more of a, like, lord that you're going to want to run on your attacks because he gives you crit chance as well as bonus % damage. And his support stuff is still pretty cool, but without having any open normal attacks, it can be tough to make great use out of him, at least from what I've been able to do so far. But it's still quite cool. I mean, bonus gold is nice. Having the Arctic hair with the triple frost and my dash with the triple frost now is getting ridiculous already. I love it. We can just take gold, or we can look for another blessing from Liu. I'm down to see what he can give us. Deal bonus damage for every 50 gold you have. That's actually quite cool if we can stack up some. Every 50 gold is going to give us 4% bonus damage. A secret shop here. We can't even afford anything. Now, at least if we get to a gold room, it is damage. And if we don't want to buy something, we can just hold on to gold for damage, which is quite cool. Big things I'm still looking for is any Viera blessings, as well as any Oberon blessings. That would be really, really huge for our build that we have going on. Get some backstabs in, get our spins in. Gotta clear out the room. There we go. We do heal 10 with the... Oh, we get a shop. We don't have any gold. Maybe I should have taken the gold instead of the Liu blessing, but he just shows up again. Oh, and then we had a bobbed. Okay, can't afford anything. Let's get into our second night of the round table fight. Not bad at all. The more Biera, more Oberon, the better here. Hello, Sir Percival, the Pestilent Overseer. Our second boss fight. Get our backstab in, start building up our furies. Have to be very careful around Percival. He has his dash, then his like AoE spin attack. He also throws out the slow pools and then spawns his rats. Shoots his spears. He has one other attack pattern, I believe. He hasn't used it quite yet. He can put down 3 spears and then bounce around them, which is quite threatening if you're in the area for that. Just keep poking him down. Yeah, we definitely want Frostbite here. We are stacking up a ton of chill with triple Frost Novas on top of instantaneous explosion. Here it is. That's a pretty scary one. So just poking him down. Spinning him out. Oh, there it is. The backstab finisher. The perfect boss fight. Sir Percival has been slain. Thank you for the emerald. Let's keep it going. This is a fountain with no foes present. We finish the region. We get a heal. And we'll continue on to the next region. A Fey Blessing in this room too. Huge. Huge. This region is wild. There's traps everywhere and the enemies are very threatening and they hit for a ton of damage. Ow. Say that right away. I take a laser to the jaw for 12. There we go. We also are going to get another sword in stone in this region. Wow, this is tough. I have to go Oberon here. He is on our attack and special. And we have quite a nice setup already with the Frozen Witch. We have Storm Meditation or Flood Meditation. Both of these are very cool. We're going to go with Storm. When you have max stacks of Fury, your attacks that grant Fury also create Chain Lightning. Or when you reach max stacks of Fury, you lose them all, but you temporarily gain Flow. Flow is going to give us a significant amount of flat bonus damage, 25 to be exact. But we're going to take Storm Meditation for very fun Chain Lightning effects. So that'll be quite awesome. And we get a ton of gold or some gold. So we'll fight the major foe for the extra gold. It will give us bonus damage until we potentially spend it in a shop, which is awesome as well. We are at 50, which means we do have 4%. I believe the upgraded gold rooms give you 200. So that's another 16% right there. 260. Oh my gosh. We're at 300. That's huge. Wow. You know what, actually? I think we're going to go for this. It's an upgraded gold room. It's going to give us another 260, which is a ton of damage for us right now, thanks to the support blessing we got from blue. And that, to me, is a little bit more worth it than a shop. We can always get a shop later. Be careful around these enemies. So now you can see I'm at max stacks, even just for a little bit, and I did have the chain lightning. Wow, an additional combat for more gold. Don't mind if I do, man. Gold is damage right now. Gold is damage. Yeah, here we are. This is the chain lightning, except there's no enemies to really bounce it to at the moment. There it is. You can see the chain lightning bouncing. Very strong when there's a ton of small enemies around. You can just kind of zap them all down. We'll go for the Grail Water since it does heal us. Yes, please. Yes, please. 475 on the backstabs. Spinning everything away with the chakrams. Open it down, give me the Grail Water. We don't really need to do that combat. We are at max HP, and we're at our legendary beast as well. Our first legendary beast in this region. We have the Abyssal Watcher. Very interesting. Oi! Those are some fast lasers. Got tickled by that one. There is an upgrade to give us a third chakram, which would be pretty huge, because then we would be able to throw double chakrams while also spinning by holding just one, which would be quite nice. Beat the legendary beast, get our moonstone, 2 more resources. We'll just fight the Grail Water room for a potential heal if we need it. Might need it already, I didn't even notice my HP. 90, yeah, we do actually already need it. The perfect value Grail Water, an exact 10 missing, so... There it is. Thank you very much. We're back to full HP. And we get our sword in the stone. We'll take that over max HP for sure. I'm greedy, man. I want the damage. I want the damage. Give me the damage. A lot of these enemies in this biome like to hide away from you and shoot projectiles. They're very rude. There we go. Quick backstab. Ooh, got hit by the ink. There it is. Finishes the room. Give us a sword in the stone. So our chakrams are 50% larger and deal 30% more damage. When you heavy attack, spin an additional time for each chakram you're holding, or gain an extra chakram to throw. That's what I was hoping to actually stack up today. I think I'll go Whirling Steel. So we're going to spin 2 additional times now, plus the 3rd additional time, plus we're going to move much faster, which is quite good. Since we're always spinning with 2 chakrams anyways, because I usually do a double throw into a double catch into a very big spin. Unless we have to dash out of it, which you can do too. Which you've been seeing me do plenty. This room has a Fey Blessing. It's also giving us an additional event. There is event rooms. You can do a ton of cool little mini games essentially. This one is just 45 seconds of fighting enemies. Every enemy you kill, you're going to get extra gold. It's 5 per enemy, but with the Lu bonus. Same reason we got 260 in the gold rooms instead of 200. We're getting 6 per enemy, which is quite nice. Oh, wow, I didn't think that enemy would like track me so well. The Frost Novas are popping off, even when there's not enemies around. Boom. Two more seconds. Kill what we can. There's the end of the room. We get our Fey Blessing on top of all that extra gold. More Oberon, yes please. Oh, your Chain Lightning is stronger and can bounce back to the target it has already hit. That's fantastic. Fury lasting longer is great too, but I'm going to go with Closed Circuit here at Epic for more Chain Lightning shenanigans. Both resources. Let's fight the major foe. Why not? Give me a challenge. Give me a challenge. $510 on a backstab already is crazy. There's our major foe, and our chain lightning going absolutely crazy. That has the craziest hitbox on that attack since it's a major. Got a big upgrade. Go put him down, and we're at a shop. Not bad. We'll probably buy blessings here. It will drop our damage a tiny bit, but it's definitely worth it if it's something like Oberon. Yep. I think we'll take both of these, actually. Take less damage, 18%, sure. And, oh, the round table upgrade for Oberon. This is his specific blessing that gives you a really unique effect at the highest rarity. You can pick it up. The round table rarity. Flurry of Blows. Increase the attack speed for every member of your team. 25% attack speed, 10% damage. We're still getting that for ourselves. But if we were playing co-op, we would get an even bigger upgrade, which is quite cool. Let's take that. And then besides that, we'll probably just save here. Maybe I'll take the HP, actually. 25 max HP for just 75 gold. Seems pretty worth it. It only costs us 4% damage, which isn't bad. And we fight our third Knight of the Round Table. Lady Bedivere, the Abyss Commander. Get our big spin going right away. We're hitting for over 400 of spin. Oh gosh. This Knight of the Round Table is pretty scary, actually. It's some pretty wild attack patterns. Really fun arena we're fighting in, though, I will say. You can kind of go inside-outside constantly. She has two, like, servants with her that help protect her, as well as these sharks circling around. Some wild projectiles as well. This fight gets pretty hectic pretty fast. The chain lightning is going crazy, though. There it is, our fight. Lady Bedivere down. See ya, lady. See ya, Lady Bedivere. She's been slain. Give me the emerald. Give me the grail water. Let's go to our fountain. We actually need it this time. We actually need it pretty bad. Now, this next biome's unique. That is the last regular biome. We're going to be fighting the round table. The round table is coming up, which is pretty insane. This is where the difficulty really starts to spike. We're going to be fighting the round table into the final boss right after it, and it's the most dangerous part of the game. I think I'm going to go max HP here over a blessing level up. The round table spawns some pretty wild enemies. You're going to see some crazy attack patterns getting going right away. But our damage is unreal, to say the least. There we go. Get our max HP upgrade. We go Grail Water, because it will heal us. And we're going to need it, let me tell you. Get our triple serrated returns. Get in on all that. Cool. Took a strike there. Heal me. We're almost back to full. I'll take the gold here. It is damage. There is a shop right at the end of this, too, in case I do want to spend a bit. I think it's worth it to lose a little bit of damage. Oh, gosh. We have one archer and two swordsmen. That's a threatening combo. They're kind of protecting the archer here, too. Play around the round table. There we go. Nice. Great. Great. Huge, even. This one doesn't matter. None of these rewards give us anything. We're down to 126 HP, man. Once all the swords are around the round table, then you're done the room. So I think we have like 2 fights of this left. The mage archetype of Knights of the Round Table are super threatening, and there's 2 of them. Of course, I forgot to mention the traps that are constantly set around the room too, which is super scary. You know, we'll go Fey Blessing. Here, I'll risk it. I could take the HP to be safe, but I'm always greedy. Always greedy, never punished. Okay, having 2 of these enemies is actually, like, a nightmare, because they do the pulses, and then they kind of stack in an awkward way. Okay, we cut them down fast. That was the goal. Okay, our heavy is dealing damage, to say the least. Finishing out with 100 HP, not bad. I'll ghost Leona here, I think, over Lou, probably. What do we have? Take less damage. Once per room, when you would take lethal, you instead survive with 1 HP. On top of our 2 Death Defiances, that's a great effect to pick up. And then that finishes that. We get a fountain, a final shop, and now we're going to fight our final boss. This boss is pretty ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to go for both blessings for fun here. We are going to lose damage, but I think it's worth it. So our Chain Lightning can bounce more times. Our Fury stacks last longer before wearing off. I'm going to pick that up finally. It's pretty worth it just to make sure our Fury stacks stay up. And then here, oh my gosh. We could get an additional spell charge, that's cool and all, but an epic Nova burst. Your Frost Novas deal more damage and are 50% larger. Don't mind if I do. Look at that, dude. That plus our Arctic Air. Blessing level up, Sure, let's just buy everything. Okay, 3.5% on our light attack is pretty good. That probably outweighs the 4% damage we potentially dropped. 180 HP. If we lose it all, we'll survive with 1 HP instead once. And then we have 2 Death Defiances. And we're into our final boss of the run. The big man himself. The Lord of Camelot. King Arthur. Oh my gosh. The Frost Novas are eating him alive, to say the least. And our heavy attack is too fast for him to hit us in. That's his AoE attack. He's got lasers too. Everyone's got lasers. I think we just poke him with the light. Get our backstabs in whenever we can. We're working them down fast. That's a good pattern right there for us. That's a good pattern. We just eat him alive with the heavy. Put him down with this. Huge. It's not over yet, though. That's just phase 1. This is where it gets insane. Alright, now he puts fire on the ground, too, so we can step in this, and it'll deal dot damage. These also shoot after effect pulses, and then he has his fire breath. I don't really want to step in this. I'm going to go over here. We're making short work of phase 2, though. His slashes are also going to shoot fireballs, which is pretty nuts. And then his double lasers are wild, because you're constantly doing like a cross effect. They're really fun, though. I think he's worked through pretty much every pattern. I wanted to make sure I at least showed them off. They are a lot of fun to deal with. Very cool boss fight. And there's the fire patterns again, but we put him down with the fire raining in the background. I'll see you later, King Arthur. That will complete our run here today. There is a cute little cutscene right after. Reach for the goblet. Get sent back. No. No. But we have claimed our victory. Not bad. That was a fun run. We had Flurry of Blows with the Round Table rarity from Oberon. Catching our chakrams creates a burst around you that deals 20 damage, was our serrated return. We also do have Pirouette. You spin an extra time while using heavy. The Shadow Flourish backstab. Tempest Touch Fury attacks were so much fun to use. Razor Dance, so we're moving 50% faster and spin an extra time while using your heavy attack. And then Whirling Steel. When you heavy attack, spin an additional time for each chakram you're holding. Quite cool. The movement speed. The amazing Frost Nova engine we had going with Arctic Air, Fast Novas, Nova Surge, as well as Nova Burst was a ton of fun with our Dashing Companion. Then, of course, our heavy attack also being Oberon's Fury attack. Fate Weaver, so we had less blessing rewards, but more rarity. More gold bonus, more damage per the gold we had. Storm Meditation, which was super fun with the chain lightning, as well as Closed Circuit. Death Shroud for damage reduction. Fate Breaker, so if we did go down, we were going to survive with 1 HP. Longer Fury stacks, which really helped in the final boss fight. Overall, super cool. Our loadout being the Chakrams and the Shadow Strike. 196 kills, 0 deaths, 132,000 damage dealt, 282 damage taken on the Vigilante with just a 15-minute run. Very cool. 42 rooms. All right, that is about it. Anyways, all right, man. Thank you all for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please check out the Sworn demo right now using my link in the description below. And thank you again to Team 17 and Windwalk Games for sponsoring today's video. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye. And a massive thank you to my members for supporting the channel.